Hi, we're Lucy and Darren from designtosell.ca. We're the staging experts from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And we're here today to give you a tidbit on how to stage a bedroom to rent. A lot of people know about staging for selling, and that's what we've done for 7 years now. People understand the value of staging their properties when they go to sell them in order to get more money. But we see the huge value in staging your properties to rent, for cottage owners to rent their properties to gain a return. This is a perfect example of the way a cottage bedroom normally looks on pictures when people go to view them to rent. And this is a couple of things I want to point out first and foremost of how a bedroom should not look. When people come to look at a bedroom, you do not want to have exposed mattresses and box springs on the floor. All beds should be raised up off of the floor on a bed frame. We want to see simple neutral colors on the bed. These bedspreads are great for grandma's cottage, but we do not want them for the modern contemporary cottage that most people are looking for today. We don't want to see pillows that don't have pillowcases or a single pillow on the bed, and we'll show you how to dress that up. And also, our friends musky on the ceiling, any stuffed fish, stuffed fowls, stuffed owls, all of that should be removed and taken down. It's not considered appealing for most people in the cottage rental business right now, and for people looking for places to rent, they just don't want to see that. As well, lamps are so important for bedrooms and for any kind of ambient lighting. Most people really undervalue the importance of lighting in bedrooms. We want to see proper lamps with shades on bedside tables beside the beds, and we'll show you how to do that. As well, anything that's dried flower arrangements, we see a lot of that in cottages. For some reason, cottage owners think that that's the way that you decorate with lots of dried floral arrangements throughout the property. We want to take those down and introduce some live greenery. Silks are okay as well, and we'll show you how to do that in a minute. The first thing that we did in this room was we lifted the bed off the floor. In a lot of the rooms that we see, the mattresses are right on the floor, and people don't necessarily take the time to purchase a bed frame. We highly recommend that the beds come off the floor. Bed frames are relatively inexpensive to purchase. The other thing I'd like to mention here are the scale of the lamps that you see are in proportion to the size of the bed. We often see in pictures that the lighting are really teeny tiny lamps that are 6 to 8 inches, and they don't give off enough light, nor do they really complement the room. So having appropriate scale lamps to the size of the bed is a very important thing to remember. The simple things that we've done here is that we've incorporated a neutral toned bedspread. We put a light colored throw on the end of the bed to add a little bit of contrast. In our pillows here, we have the sleeping pillows on the back in a lighter tone. We've included shams and some decorative cushions in a little bit of color to increase the overall appeal of the bed. Artwork is really important. Again, one of those things that gets overlooked quite often. The artwork is where we introduce the color and the pattern into the room. Instead of having all of that pattern on the bedspread that distracts the eye, we put a little bit of red that ties into the red cushions, overall giving it a general warm and inviting effect. Very important is lighting in the room. We've introduced lamps with shades, and instead of having compact fluorescent bulbs, which a lot of people have now, in order to save money, they replace them throughout their house. Unfortunately, the compact fluorescent bulbs also give off a very cold light, and it's not appealing in picture photographs at all. So we recommend using the regular incandescent bulbs in your lamps. Again, making sure all the lamps have actual shades on them, and adding a little touch of greenery as well to increase the effect. These are silks. They don't have to be live flowers or live plants, just something very simple. It does not have to cost a lot of money at all. Most everything here that you see is incredibly affordable. Probably in total, you would have spent between $150 to $200 on the items that you see in this room. That will net you a huge return when it comes to putting this picture on your website. People rent properties now based on pictures. When you stage to sell, it's completely different because the people will come to see the property before they make that decision. Rental vacation property listings, people choose the place that they're going to go stay based on the pictures alone. So it is so important that your pictures are appealing and attractive, and this is what catches the eye. This looks like a place that somebody wants to come and stay and relax and enjoy. And spending $150 to $200 Canadian to do that will gain you listing upon listing, that your bookings will fill up. This is what sells vacation rental property listings.